Ryanair claims COO Bellew knew from get-go about non-compete clause in contract. Ryanair's Chief Operations Officer, COO, Mr Bellew knew from the get-go there was a clause in his contract of employment preventing him from joining a rival for a period of 12 months post his departure from the Irish airline, the High Court has heard. The claim was made on the opening day of Ryanair's proceedings against Mr Bellew arising out of his decision earlier this year to leave the company at the end of this month and join rival airline Easyjet as its chief operating officer. The airline's CEO Michael O'Leary in his evidence to the court said that a non-compete clause was standard in Ryanair's senior managers' contracts of employment, who the court heard are known as Zeds. Mr O'Leary, in reply to his counsel Martin Hayden, said Zeds must give 6 months' notice and cannot work for a rival airline for 12 months post-termination as part of their contract of employment. The Zeds, he said, are also paid a basic salary and a bonus and also receive share options which are paid out once the senior employee stays with the company for a specific period of time. The share option scheme, Mr O'Leary said, is designed to promote company loyalty among the Zeds and other senior personnel. Mr O'Leary also told the court that as a Zed Mr Bellew would not only have access to important commercially sensitive information concerning Ryanair that would benefit a rival, about the part of the airline that the defendant was responsible for, but all other areas as well. While all airlines could be regarded as rivals to Ryanair, Mr O'Leary said that Easyjet would be considered the airline's main competitor in the low fares sector. Ryanair's action commenced before Mr Justice Shannon Allen this morning and is expected to last for several days. Ryanair seeks an order requiring Mr Bellew to specifically perform his contract of employment with Ryanair, which includes the non-compete clause. It also seeks an injunction preventing Mr Bellew of Glenconnor House, Killarney, County Kerry from acting contrary to the post-termination restrictions allegedly contained his contract of employment. Ryanair's claims are denied by Mr Bellew, represented by John Rogers SC and Tom Mallon BL, who has held several senior roles in the aviation industry, having previously been Malaysian Airlines chief executive, and Ryanair's director of flight operations. Share option scheme. In his defense, Mr Bellew denies any breach of contract and says the purported clause is unenforceable. He says that the non-compete clause was included on the basis he would be included in a share option scheme offered to him by Ryanair in 2018. He claims that he was not included in that scheme, which renders the non-compete clause null and void. He also says that he will adhere to, and honor, his obligations of confidentiality towards. For more on this story, visit the news article link.